Hello, I'm Jody Wolf. You're watching Expoz, November 27, 2015, 2:46 a.m. In the topic, the end of Hamas, the beginning of the tribulation. Listen to this. It's pretty interesting. Make a chain, for the land is full of bloody crimes, and the city is full of Hamas. Hamas and the word violence are interchangeable. Hamas means violence. Wherefore I will bring the worst of the heathen, and they shall possess their houses. I will also make the pomp of the strong to cease, and the holy places should be defiled. Destruction, and they seek peace in there, but there will be none, or there shall be none. Ezekiel chapter 7, verse 23 and 25. This is saying that those who kept or keep attacking Israel from the Gaza Strip, again, Hamas or violence, will be destroyed, and they will be destroyed in one night. And this gets interesting. There's not much more. At a certain point, the God of Israel, as I said, he's just going, that's it. His furies come up in his face. And he'll destroy Islamic groups, and the Muslim world will be weakened, and maybe use the worst of the nations to do it, like Russia. I've been saying for a long time that in Ezekiel 38 and 39, that the Muslim world would almost cease to exist, because in the Ezekiel 38-39 war, 5 out of 6 of all who comes against Israel will die. Only 1 of 6 will go back home. They'll not have the ability to make war again. So let's go on. So how much Islam symbols, how much of Islam symbol is the crescent moon? And all of them, every Islamic group, especially the evil Islamic groups, they use the crescent moon. That's their flag. So how much is a valid group? Hamas is bent on the destruction of Israel. They said it, and they say it daily, day and night, day and night. So how much is headquartered in the Gaza Strip? Hamas arises before the day of the Lord. Now that is before the tribulation. The God of Jacob will destroy Hamas. So it's saying that of all the violence that continues to come out of the Gaza Strip against the Jews, they are Hamas. But then if you keep looking, what is it that the Israelis have been doing with IDF? They've been taking out those arms that's been coming out of Syria into the Gaza Strip. The boats, I can't think of what they called them, that would come in full of arms. Remember the big fight about that about 2 years ago. Now it's these convoys, but Israel's taking them out. Well, now even the insane world, even the evil Muslim world, Islamic Muslim, they're worried about what ISIS may do when they get into Syria, and that's to get the chemical weapons. So if you put this together, again, God uses bad people to achieve his goals sometime. He's done that multitude of times throughout 6,000 year history. And he's saying here, he's going to do it again to Hamas. And it specifically mentions Hamas and the Gaza Strip. And it looks like he may use a larger nation. Now, the fact that Syria has the giant buildup of the Russians on Syrian waters, which is 15 miles from Israel, which is even closer to the Gaza Strip, maybe all this is part of God's plan. The excess of what's coming here or coming to the Syrian ports may be to not only get ISIS, but to go after Hamas as well. Because remember, I'm reading here that it's saying that the groups in Islamic groups in the Muslim world will be weakened and may use the worst of the nations to do it. Well, if it weakens the Islamic groups, I believe that's talking about the ISIS, Hamas, the Boko Haram, the ISIL, all these groups, the ones that I can't think of. You know what I'm talking about. But I think all these groups will get hit at the same time and pretty much taken out. I don't know why. Um, I, I can't quite understand how they'll be taken out before the tribulation begins. Maybe the tribulation just opens up to a whole new ball of wax there, a whole new world that has to be dealt with during those days at the same time. But Israel's got to have some breathing room. They have to have that. And they really don't have it now. So maybe this is God's way of giving them that room so they can prepare as in Revelations. They'll escape into Jordan, into Petra, and be protected there for 3.5 years. Maybe this is the beginning of the end of the Islamic threat. And I keep believing that, and my blogs have represented that there'll come a day when there'll be no more or not enough to come together as they are now and try to beat up on the world. That's going to end. And I believe it's going to end soon. And it'll have to end, according to this, before the tribulation can begin. Jody with Expoz.